All right. Good afternoon, evening, I suppose, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for Get Wrecked LCS Spring 2020 Gold Capped Week 6. 6? Right?
6 indeed.
All right. I am Vid here with Rexco Dragon, and we're here to show you a little bit of action between Goliath Esports Lions and the Muscle Knots, or Goliath Esports Warriors rather, versus the Muscle Knots.
Yeah, and on the side, or blue side, we have the Muscle Knots, Slim Richie playing the Swain in top lane, Barter 1 playing Olaf in jungle, GVG number 1 playing the Pandit Echo mid, Swag is Stupid playing the ADC role this time around as Grimgate playing Tarek, and then Swag is Stupid playing Caitlyn in the bottom.
Meanwhile, we've got the red side, Goliath Esports Warriors. Hello! On Cho'Gath in the top lane, Great Gromp in the jungle on Gragas, Tetra in the mid lane playing his Yasuo, and our bot lane, Azura and TPG Blue Snake on Ashe and Nami. So this is the first game of the second half of the round robin, which is just a repeat of how the first round robin went. So Goliath Esports Warriors did pick up their first and only win of the first round robin over Muscle Nuts. So let's see if Muscle Nuts can bring it back.
Yeah, and both these teams not exactly in great spots, but if Muscle Knots are able to pull out a win, that would put them at even with the Goliath Esports, and potentially means that they can start looking to be somewhere in the middle of the bracket rather than in the bottom.
And,
so
yeah, this is gold cap, so there's only 6 teams, which means basically we have seen it shake out. There's the top half and the bottom half, but for a team to make it into playoffs, all you need to do is be better than the 2 other teams in the bottom half.
Yeah, and we'll see if Futz can pull it back, or they'll just be Goliath Esports is showing that they are at least better than one of the teams.
Goliath Esports Warriors, though, they have dealt with some roster problems. A couple of people have left the team, joined the team, left the team, and of course the copy-pasta debacle that we saw in general chat after the last rotation of Goliath Esports Warriors players.
Yeah, and right now, with the roster changes, you see Swag is Stupid playing the ADC role rather than, I believe it was jungle previously. He was doing Jarvan jungle for a couple of these games. So
yeah, so the Muscle Nuts have brought in Barta 1 here, playing Olaf. Pretty strong early, kind of not safe necessarily, but a fairly easy jungle champion, easy to execute on.
Definitely so. Still meta, even though it's changing quite a bit, Olaf still proves to be quite up there in jungles, considering how well he scales as well as his early game potential.
And just a reminder for everyone, this is 10.5. Of course, 10.6 released today, and this game is not from today, it's from last week. So all of those turret plate changes are all in, but of course we have not seen the Wukong rework or any of the adjustments they made to a lot of champions, actually.
Oh yeah, have you seen the Fiddlesticks rework?
The
nice.
Fiddlesticks rework looks so sick.
Yeah, I love how your trinket's now a Scarecrow now, but first we have a little action on the top side.
Yeah, hello, and Slim Richie just duking it out, but Slim Richie is actually going to get a little bit of the better end of that trade. Now, Barter 1 coming into the top lane is going to get the slow. Hello may have to flash away, gets the knockup onto the Olaf, but now the root comes in. Hello flashes out, Barter 1 flashes forward, and first blood goes to the Olaf. Meanwhile, a little bit of action in the bot lane as Goliath Esports Warriors tries to fight back. The exhaust coming out, but the ignite traded there by Blue Snake. Flash by Grimgate. Now a trap comes through. No one dies, but a couple of summoners are burned.
Yeah, and then stepping on that trap makes the trade a little bit worse too. But having a Nami on your team means that you're just going to be healing right back up as well.
And the Tarek is fairly low on mana, but now, oh, hello, he's here again. It's him. And now Barda is looking for his second kill, going to move forward, tank the turret. Hello, gonna go down, and Slim Richie picks up the kill credit.
Well played by Barda1, knowing that he can do a repeat gank since Hello had to use his TP, means this repeat gank is so much it's even more beneficial for his team. So really strong advantage that Slim Richie can push out in this early parts of the game so that he can scale really well as Swain does.
And we do see that the Olaf has been very active specifically around that top side. Meanwhile, Great Gromp hasn't really done much aside from now counter-jungling Barda and getting a few camps advantage here.
Yeah, so we'll see. He is around the bot side now, so he might be looking for a good gank coming out on bot. So then he can go ahead and look for the dragon pick. But we do have Bardo1 revealing himself in the mid lane, means that he could also rotate down and do a counter gank if Gromp1 does decide to go in the bot side for a gank.
Great Gromp has his flash, which Barda1 does not. Grimgate also does not have a flash, so this may be a fairly beneficial place to go for this Gragas. Of course, Gragas is much more of a later game jungler. Meanwhile, Olaf needs to get ahead early. So really, Great Grump can bide his time here, hopefully.
Hopefully so, but we do see that Bardo1 has started up the dragon scene that GVG #1 has pushed out the wave, doing what Echo does excellently.
Oh, but the knock-up here onto Grimgate. He's going to move forward. Azura does pick up the kill onto that Tarek, and now GVG #1 is fighting off two members. Oh, but the steal comes through. Great Gromp gets a great one, and now GVG #1 is going to go down because he doesn't have the Chrono Break. A huge pickup for Goliath Esports.
Yeah, a little bit of misplay there, seeing that Grimgate was caught out by the bubble from Nami and was killed. It means that the bot lane could easily rotate down, as well as GVG #1 having to fend off two people at once. It makes it really difficult, especially when you have a Yasuo who is level 6 and a Gragas who can easily knock him up, so then he can get that ulti off.
And just as you say, the Gragas Yasuo combo. Yasuo now level 6, and in a couple more camps, Great Grump will be as well, which is going to make this mid lane so much deadlier for Goliath Esports Warriors.
Yeah, but we'll have to see. We have seen previously that GVG's #1 Echo was banned a couple times, so we'll see if we can see why that specific pick was banned out so often.
Now, Tetra is doing an interesting thing here that I really do like. He's tossing the wind wall backward in order to stop the retraction of the Time Winder, which, considering that's Echo's only skill shot, I do like it. But oh, now Barda is here. It's a 2v1. Now the Chrono Break used. Tetra has already used his last breath, and Grimgate coming up. It is going to look like it's going to secure that kill for the Muscle Knots.
Yeah, Tetra pulling out a little bit of fancy feet to try to buy himself some time for Great Grump to get in there, so then it'll be a 2v3 instead, but not going to be able to survive.
Oh, the flash forward by Great Grump. He is going to miss the explosive cask, and now GVG #1 going to do so much damage to him. That is a lot of cooldowns burned for absolutely nothing.
Yeah, well played there by GVG #1. And still a little trading in the top side. We both have Grass of the Undying up there, so they're both going to be really healthy and probably just a little bit of an island that we typically see.
And props to Hello. He is 2 kills down thanks to those 2 ganks from Barda1, but he actually is even in CS against Slim Richie, and with Slim Richie so low on mana, he's probably going to have to go back here, which means Hello is actually going to gain an advantage in the lane.
Yeah, but seeing that Slim Richie has that lane priority, it looks like Bardo1 is going to be clearing out that Scuttle Crab, I believe, and then aiming to take the Rift Herald. Or, no, he was already on the Rift Herald there. Yep, he's gone ahead to pick that up, and looks like possibly a gank for the top side as well.
maybe the gank into
No?
the top
Alright.
side, but no, they were just making sure that all of the wards, or checking to see if the wards were there, but a free Rift Herald there for Bardo1 here at about 9 minutes into the game, and now Tetra is here.
Ooh.
GVG number 1 flashes away, but that's a clean solo kill. Now, trying to fight off the Olaf with the Ragnarok. Tetra gonna move forward, takes a turret shot, does not find a knockup, but Bardo1 had to move away lest he lose his life.
Yeah, now we're not. Well, Slim Richie's getting chased down by Hello One, but still going to get that proc off. He might have to recall and then use his TP in order to catch these minions here. But tower dive coming down.
Oh, they almost get Bardo1. If Great Grump had the explosive cask, which literally just came up, he would have been able to secure that. But for now, Bardo1 is just going to be forced to take the long walk back to the fountain.
Yeah, pretty safe. He's building himself the Cinder Hulk. Not having any CC means he won't be able to take advantage of the new Cinder Hulk, but grabbing that extra bonus health is still going to be nice.
Oh, but Azura flashes, or gets flashed on by Grimgate. Grimgate now going very low. Azura does take that kill on a rampage with the Enchanted Crystal Arrow. Good 2v2 that goes in favor of the Warriors.
Yeah, well played right there. We saw Grimgate trying to look for the flash with the Tark stun, but now it's a 3-man gank in the bot lane.
Oh, Blue Snake does flash away, but Swag is Stupid gonna pick it up with the ace in the hole. Now the flash from Azura, shut down by Olaf.
Yeah, and getting these early kills is definitely what you want to see on Olaf. As you said earlier, it's going to give him that little bit of early game advantage, and playing down this Rift Herald means these are easy platings for his team too.
2 turret plates taken there. Bardo1 gets the credit for both of them, and that's 2 turret plates is now 320 gold since they buffed the turret plate reward by 40 on patch 10.5.
Yep, so that means that was essentially another kill for Bardo1. He's pretty well off right now, seeing it, but we'll have to see if he was able to translate all those kills into something for his team.
Yeah, gold check here, but first GVG number 1 gets collapsed on by 3, has to chrono break back. The teleport comes in from Hello. GVG number 1 going to go very low, not down. He takes down Great Grump on his way out, and now unstoppable by the way. Bardo1 is going to go into the middle of it, and Grimgate finally goes down. Hello takes the kill with the chomp. Slim Richie running forward. He's going to try and take down Azura, but he's knocked up. He cannot get the Demon Flare off. It's a 1-for-1 here.
Yeah, unfortunately, but seeing that they have their jungler still, they're going to go ahead and start up this Mountain Drake, which means we'll potentially see a little more skirmishing because they don't exactly want to give up this for free.
Oh, GVG number 1 is going to go down before the parallel convergence hits, so it's a solo kill traded for a Mountain Drake.
Yeah, and we're going to see that solo kill is translating, or these solo kills are translating pretty well for Tetra right now. He's 1,000 gold ahead on his lane opponent, while in the jungle we have about 14k gold or 1,400 gold difference, and then top lane's about even. Bot lane is about 500 gold, which is pretty surprising considering that there's 3 kills on the Ashe.
It's the 20 CS lead there that's doing it. Plus, not to mention the turret plates. Having taken 3 turret plates, one of them having gone over to Swag is Stupid. Meanwhile, the side of Goliath Esports Warriors has not taken a turret plate in the bot lane yet.
Yeah, they are, at least Swag is Stupid is providing a lot of constant pressure for his team, doing a lot of constant shoving, but so it's like Grimgate might be caught right here.
He is going to get jumped on by Yasuo, but the stun does come through. It's going to keep Grimgate alive at about half health. Tetra does not take the last breath because that is a certain death.
Definitely so, but Tetra might find himself caught out here, but Grimgate's stepping up a little too close.
He is going to have to move on to Grimgate, finds the kill, and fancy feats his way out. Swag is Stupid gets knocked up by the thing. Oh, damn. GVG number 1 knocked up, taken down by Great Grump and Tetra. And now Hello is just back to having his way with Slim Richie in the top lane.
Slim Richie using a lot of his mana to farm out these minions, but seeing that Cho'Gath has his passive, the Carnivore, he's sustaining very well in this lane.
And the 90 caliber net was just used to avoid the explosive cask, so the Goliath Esports Warriors zone off the Muscle Knots, and they take the first turret of the game here to build themselves a 2,500 gold lead. Members coming in to the top lane to complete this lane swap.
Lane swap is a pretty smart choice, considering that you still have about 2.5 minutes until the dragon comes up. So swapping lanes with your top laner with the bot lane means that, or at least having your
He cut out a little bit there, but now Tetra is going to get aggressed on. Last breath comes out, but he's 1v3. He's not going to live that much longer. Tetra moves forward, tries to dash through, tries to fancy feet his way around. The ultimate going to be used, Cosmic Radiance on Tarek, and GVG number 1 jumps forward. Tetra just living so long, but he's finally going to go down. You there, Austin? Did you cut out? Uh-oh. I think we lost Austin. But no matter, I can stall for time. 7-9 is the kill deficit for the Muscle Knots. A 2,000 gold lead here for Goliath Esports Warriors. And the one turret lead gets evened up here as GVG number 1 takes down the bot outer turret. Now Barda 1 on the run, going to catch Blue Snake with the tip of that axe. I think his mic broke, unfortunately. A lot of technical difficulties happening this week since we have all gone into self-isolation. Rexgo Dragon is back at home, so he hasn't used any of this hardware in a little while. I have not streamed with this computer in years, so that was the main reasoning behind the delays earlier, but we are back on track. Rexgo Dragon is back. How you doing, Austin?
I'm doing good. For some reason, I muted my mic so then I could sneeze. Just a little bit of cold, no corona coming out of me right now. But yeah, I muted my mic, and when I turned back on, it switched my mic inputs, and
so you're just talking into nothing.
Yeah, but really well played by Tetra there. By stalling out that long, he managed to pull out the ult from Grimgate, which still isn't backed up right now, but we have the dragons soon to be up too. So if they can start a fight before this dragon comes up, this is definitely the time to do it.
Cosmic Radiance is a very long cooldown. It's like a 3-minute cooldown at level 1, or at first rank. Luckily for, fortunately for most Taric players, we take Cosmic Insight and a lot of early cooldown reduction, so it isn't that horrible, but Cloud Drake is going to be fought over. It is a 5-man stack for Goliath Esports Warriors here in the Dragon Pit, and Muscle Knots are behind the curve. Barda has the flash. He's going to move in. He can't find the steal. Now the stun gets up on GVG number 1. He's forced to Chrono Break away. Barda is going to go down.
Yeah, having to use his flash in order to get into pit, but still missing out the smite, it means that he'll be giving up his life for nothing there. Pretty good for the side of Goliath Esports right there. Ooh,
Swagger
nice.
might be caught, stunned, going to be knocked back, and Great Gromp picks up the kill right before he can get the Cosmic Radiance on him. Now Tetra going to knock up GVG number 1 and get another solo kill. I believe that's 3 this game.
Yeah, really well played by Tetra here. We do see that GVG number 1 grabbing Ninja Tabbies in order to fight this Yasuo a little bit better, and grabbing the Seeker's arm guards. But grabbing all that armor means that it's also delaying how much damage he will deal to the Yasuo as well. So it's just unfortunate that he's continuously getting solo killed by him.
So now Tetra is going to move into the bot side, take that turret, stretch his team's turret lead 4-1 with a 4,500 gold lead here at 18.5 minutes.
Yeah, pretty insane right now, but this is gold cap, so anything could really happen. Problem that golds have sometimes is knowing how to close out the game, so this could go on for much longer depending on how well these guys can play it together.
It's easy to build a lead, but using that lead to finish a game does get a little bit trickier. especially for teams that, especially for a team that doesn't necessarily have like a clear win condition here. Obviously, team fighting is a very, very big strength of the side of Goliath Esports Warriors. They've got that Yasuo Gragas combo as well as the Tidal Wave.
Yeah, and a little bit of skirmishing in the top side. Oh, but the demonic ascension coming out.
Oh, now Hello gets pulled back because GVG number 1 is here. Slim Richie going to move forward. Actually flashes in to try and get him. He is at full power. Knocked up, however, and is going to be popping that Demon Flare a little bit early before he can get Hello. Now, Barda1 going low. He's unstoppable, by the way. Jumps onto Great Grump, flashes behind Azura. Azura, who tanked the ace in the hole, but he doesn't die. He takes down Barda. Slim Richie going to go down now because Tetra is up here in the top.
Tetra doing amazing this game right now, being where his teammate needs him in order to be there to pick up some of these good kills, in order to keep up this lead. And looks like they're going to go ahead and start up this Baron.
And with a double DPS, carry, you've got Tetra with the Yasuo. Azura, though, going kind of low on the Ashe, but that is going to mean that the Baron falls fairly quickly, 25 seconds after spawn. The turret is taken in the top lane by GVG number 1, but he may have overstayed his welcome. He does dodge the Enchanted Crystal Arrow, but he is going to get double knocked up and taken down by Great Grump.
Yeah, it's pretty unfortunate right here. You're not looking... if I was on the side of Muscle Nuts right here, I would be trying to look for a couple picks. You do have the Echo. He is behind, but having an AoE stun that lasts so long is definitely a really strong thing they could try to play around, and then try to look for these solo picks as a team rather than being so split off, since singled out, you're not very strong one-on-one.
Great win wall there by Tetra. He is going to get the solo kill onto Slim Richie in the 1v2. Now the unstoppable Barda comes through. Tetra cannot knock him up, but he doesn't need to because he just double killed in the 2v1.
Yeah, the last breath giving extra armor penetration means that Ninja Tabbies don't do as much as you would like. Still negating 10%, is it 10 or 12? It's one of the two.
I think they
auto
buffed it
attack.
to 12, didn't they? 12, yeah.
Yes. So even though it blocked 12% damage from that Steel Tempest and the auto attacks, it's still not going to be enough in order to save Barda1.
So now 7-2 is this Yasuo. He's got a 500 gold shutdown bounty, and as you said earlier, I think Muscle Nut's avenue back into this game is finding picks, specifically on this large shutdown carry.
Yeah, having such a strong Yasuo at this point in the game is pretty scary. We've seen what strong Yasuos can do in previous games that we shoutcasted, not in Gold Division per se, but in other divisions. So,
I mean, heck, we saw what he did this game.
yeah, he's doing amazing this game as well.
And now Azura, who is solo pushing in the bot side, is going to take down this turret. Slim Richie, however, uses the Demonic Ascension, and Great Grump just realizes he messed up. He's going to get shut down.
Unfortunately, he was surrounded by not his teammates, but the enemy, so he will be picked off there, which might be the start of something good for Muscle Nuts right here.
The flash forward, though, by Grimgate. He jumps on the Blue Snake. He's going to go down before the Cosmic Radiance can even finish. Now, Barda comes through, is unstoppable. He's going to try and find Blue Snake. He will. Now, it is Tetra versus 3 members. The Unstoppable is going to eat the Enchanted Crystal Arrow, but now Azura is here. He's going to take 2. Slim Richie goes down for the 3rd. It's a 4 trade for 2.
Man, this Conqueror healing that Tetra has on this Yasuo is just insane right now. If GVG number 1 could get an Ignite off, or it get a little bit of Grievous Wounds, they could definitely help out a lot against this Yasuo, but right now, he's just doing too much for them to handle.
Tetra now level 16, has that 3rd rank of Last Breath. The dragon goes down. It is going to be soul point here for the Goliath Esports Warriors, but now Tetra does take that inhibitor by himself. It's a 10,000 gold lead here. 23:49 is the timer.
Yeah, huge gold lead, and we do see there's not a lot of objectives to be taken on the map right now other than towers and seeing how strong individual laners, sorry, my bad, individual laners are right now, they can definitely just choose to just push out each lane and force the muscle knots in order to thin out their resources or just focus their resources to stop one lane while they have other lanes pushing in.
It does look, however, like like Goliath Esports Warriors has just decided to take a back seat here. They've got the Baron coming up in 2 minutes, but until then, as you said, there's really nothing else to take aside from turrets. They could start to set up a split push, but it looks like they're just kind of noodling around the jungle instead.
Yeah, trying to defend these lanes from the opposition but it looks like Grimgate might be caught out right here.
Oh, Grimgate,
Ooh.
wrong place, wrong time. Walked into Azura and Blue Snake, and that's just a vision problem now. GVG number 1 may be caught. He is going to phase dive out of that, but Azura does have to flash away. The knockup comes through, and now Barda trying to find the Ashe. He realizes that he's come too far, and now Hello gets the kill. GVG number 1 on the run. He is going to use the Chrono Break, but it is into 3 members. A double kill for the Cho'Gath. That's 3 picks for nothing gained on the side of Muscle Knots.
Yeah, and these kinds of mistakes are the kinds of that loses games right now. Seeing that Swag Stupid has been on base duty farming out these minions, which is what they want to do, but stepping out so far and getting picked off like that is definitely detrimental for the team right now. Seeing that Slim Richie just got killed while in his ultimate, and Swag Stupid might be following suit.
Swag Stupid does in fact follow suit, and now the first Nexus turret goes down, the second soon to follow. Grimgate's the only one left in his base. Now Barda's here, Great Gromp is going to die to the turret, but the Nexus is going to fall in favor of Goliath Esports Warriors for their second win of the split.
Well played, Goliath Esports Warriors, still showing that they are at least better than the Muscle Knots, and Muscle Knots not to fear. They're still the rest of this round robin in order to try to pick it up and look for trying to beat at least 2 teams, even better than 2 teams, so you can get that final 4 spot. But yeah, well played by Goliath Esports right there.
So Goliath Esports is definitively better than the Muscle Knots here. Muscle Knots now fall to 0-6. So they are, it's very rough. It's a very tough road for them to get into playoffs, if there even is a mathematical way yet. So that is our first game for the day, and we are going to take a quick break and come right back with the rematch of Gods of Herald versus the Bad Barons. Gods of Herald picked up the first match last time, but let's see if the Bad Barons can battle back and break down their belligerent brethren. We'll be right back.
See you later. See ya. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, I'm here. I am here. Yep. And let's start off with introductions for the Gods of Herald. On the blue side, we have the Rives Odds playing the Poppy in the top lane, Taco Trineki playing Olaf in the jungle, Ove playing the Orianna mid, and Nyrok and Glittering Gates playing the Sivir and the Janna bot lane. Something that's not on.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Yep, so we'll have to see how well they each team can play it out right now. Previously we have Gods of Herald winning against the Barbarians, but we'll see if the Barbarians can pull it out once more. Or no. Yeah. Yes, indeed. So let's see. There's not too much to talk about in this early parts of the game. Just a little bit of farming. We have Captain Biggest playing the Vigor, which means that they have a really good late game scaling with how much AP Vigor can get. And also grabbing the Glacial Augment means that he'll have a lot of utility once the later parts of the game hits as well. Always alive and well indeed. And yeah, not to, a little bit of tank fighting in the top lane right now. So not too much to say other than, like you said, wet noodles. Yeah, pretty good. Considering how much damage Poppy has with the hammer smash, I forgot what it's called, but the Q, along with getting the shield from the passive, the Ooh, Iron Sphere, but we have a little fighting in the bot side coming out. Uh, Sorry about that. Just Windows open because the AC is not on right now, but the neighbor's dog's out there. But hmm. Hey, is the stream switched over to the game right now? Because I'm looking on I'm looking on Twitch right now, and it still says to be right back. Hmm.
Oh no! Oh Jesus! I forgot to switch off of the
Studio mode.
yeah, because I have the preview disabled because that's like one of the most inefficient parts of the. Okay, so hi guys.
All right, so we're back. You can listen to our podcast of the game, how it started off, and but
least-
now you can actually see it.
Or at least you can listen to Austin's half of the podcast of the game because my mic is not enabled in the Be Right Back screen.
All right, so solo podcast by me in the first half. Thank you for coming. But now we're back to the regular shoutcast of the game. Once again, we have Darius Spotson in the top lane playing Poppy, doing an excellent job, but losing out a early kill against Seablev's Tonka Trineki. In the jungle playing Olaf playing the mid lane Oriana, and the Nyrock and Glitter Gains once again playing Sivir and the Janna bot.
Meanwhile, on the red side, we've got Seablevs in the top lane who got a really cheeky solo kill over Derisive Oxen. Scrambles in the jungle on Zac. Captain Biggest playing Vigar, hasn't really done that much so far in the game. And Duvranga and Zintheros, who were just part of the 3v2 fight where Scrambles ganked the bot lane. And it looks like Scrambles is actually down there for a repeat. Gonna knock up Glitter and Gain. Syntheros jumps on top of the Janna. The stun gonna come through, and that will be Janna going down. Duvranga with his second kill of the game.
Yeah, picking up that first kill from Nyrock. Nyrock getting first blood, but getting the return kill off the Yodel Snapchat means that he's not too far behind. He is behind on a little bit in the CS department, but that is made up by the kills. And he's looking pretty well off right now. I'd imagine going for the Stormrazor first item.
Of course, yeah, it's Caitlyn. I don't think I've seen a Caitlyn go not Stormrazor first item since those changes.
Yeah, I mean, it is possible seeing a Caitlyn go IE first if they're just that far ahead and the first stack isn't whole IE. But usually you would see. Ooh.
Captain Biggest gets low here.
Yeah, not having enough mana in order to retaliate means that he's gonna have to back off here and just TP back to lane.
And I think that's Oath's game plan there. Get him to blow his teleport, or he might be going back himself, and he's actually gonna lose out. Although he does get the cooldown from Captain Biggest.
Yeah, still pulling out that TP means that he won't have it next time. So if Tonka Trineki wants to go for a gank, but right now on the bot side...
Beautiful trap and CC weaving. Zintheros is going to get so much damage off. One more auto will do it. Duvranga does get it. Killing spree. 3-1 for the Caitlyn. And did you see that CC chain?
It's the classic combo that you want to see. Captain Biggest roving down to the bot side, seeing if he can pick up a kill here as well. He does have the primordial burst. So if you get a combo off of Glittering Gains, that is huge, but not looking like we'll be able to see that come out.
So now Taco Trineki is here, helping Oath push a little bit, maybe just taxing the lane, but that means the wave will crash, and Captain Biggest will be forced to field that under his turret. Taco Trineki now in position to potentially take the dragon here.
Yeah, seeing that the bot lane has recalled as well as the jungler, and jungler is he is pathing towards that dragon. Sorry, excuse me.
He is pathing toward the dragon, and also he's only level 5. Taco Trineki has the extra couple of camps due to not ganking earlier, so he is going to be 6, secures it with the smite, and that is going to be the dragon lead over to Gods of Herald.
Next one being Cloud Drake means we'll see either a Mountain or Infernal Rift. pretty interesting for both teams. Mountain, so we have super tanky Zac and Scion, or a super tanky Poppy that we've seen before, where it was a full Mountain Soul and then full armor Poppy against an AD team. Still lost somehow, though. Unfortunate.
Somehow.
Yeah. Or we'll see an Infernal Rift where we'll see this Poppy just doing tons of damage as well as the Zac.
Ooh, Nyrock is not going to get aggressed on. The Zenith Blade barely misses. Now Syntheros. Ooh, damage coming out by Duvranga, but that's Taco Trineki forcing the flash from Duvranga, going to jump onto Syntheros. He has the... Oh, another trap. Oh, takes half of Nyrock's health between the trap and the turret shot.
Duvranga doing an excellent job landing these traps in order to have Nyrock stuck under the tower, but Oph is right here is getting ganked on.
He does have the shockwave. Captain Biggest flashes forward, though, and that is a kill. 400 gold over to the Vygar.
Yeah, Primordial Burst going to bring him down, and looks like Taco Trineki is in that tri-bush, zoning out the other bot laner from entering around these minions, so they're going to lose out on the gold as well as the experience, at least for a couple of them, while his bot lane grabs some turret platings nice and safe.
2 turret plates for the bot lane of Gods of Herald, but now Derisive Oxygen is going to be aggressed on by 2 members of the Bad Barons. Has to flash out to avoid that baby cage, but he lives with only a trade of his flash.
Yeah, not having the Primordial Burst on that Vigor means that he would not be able to follow up neither his flash as well in order to try to finish off the Derisive Oxen, but still, pulling out the flash is super good, very good right there, meaning that they can go ahead and start this Rift Herald, but it looks like they opted to back off of it, seeing that Scrambles is pretty low.
Yeah, very distinct lack of Rift Herald pressure here. It's 10.5 minutes, and neither team has looked to rotate their bot lanes up there. They'd rather just, you know, build that gold lead. Speaking of gold lead, let's see. Okay, so yeah, it's basically even thanks to that CS discrepancy.
Yeah, even though that the Gods of Herald has about an 800 gold lead right now, thanks to all the good CSing that each member is doing, it's pretty much evening out the score, even though they're 1 and 5.
And of course, these 3 turret plates are helping as well.
Yep.
So now Gods of Herald 1.3k gold ahead. Captain Biggest jumps onto Oath. Now the Zac comes through. Flash by the Orianna. Seablevs doesn't have his ultimate, but he does have the Decimating Strike. He is going to be interrupted. Oh, Seablevs cannot finish off Oath, who Flash cleanses away.
Now, we saw the ace in the hole coming out there, but the shot not coming soon enough for the Primordial Burst to get that bonus damage out. So Oath is going to be living with a sliver of health, while the bot lane had rotated to the top side to take this Rift Herald.
So there's that Rift Herald pressure we were talking about, but the bot lane turret does go down in retaliation, and that's actually basically the expected value of the Herald. So first turret goes over to the Gods of Herald, and I would call that worth for this blue side.
Yeah, definitely so. This blue side is definitely making a lot of gains in terms of their carry. As you said before, it being a 400 CS, which basically means a full built Sivir. Once you have that full built Sivir, she's going to be a monster in this game. So having all this extra gold on him, getting first tower, getting all full turret platings is definitely going to help out a ton.
Man, Derisive Oxygen takes no damage. He took a full hit of the headshot, and then a Piltover Peacemaker, and it barely did a thing to him. Meanwhile, Seablevs, similarly tanky, dealing about half of Oath's health. Oh, man.
Half of Oath's health indeed. And we see Taco Trineki looked like he was caught out and forced to use the Ragnarok in order to get out. And the Rift Herald dropped down in the mid lane. A little, maybe preemptively, but they do have a lot of people here in order to try to make a siege happen.
And, oh, Seablevs is teleporting in, but the ultimate comes through. That's a huge solar flare. Now, Syntheros is interrupted during the dash. Seablevs under the turret against 4 members. He's going to take so much damage. He takes out Glitter and Gains on the way down. Oath is here. He's going to get on top of Duvranga, but that is the kill by the Caitlyn. 4th kill of the game, and it is a 2-for-1.
Yeah, and I think at the very end, right there, Seablevs managed to punch the tower for 1 turret plating right before he went out. And Camvic is using the Primordial Burst way too early in that fight on a nearly full health Olaf right there, so he was not able to get a good execute off of with it.
So now Taco Trineki is here. Wow, that's a lot of damage onto Duvranga, but Taco Trineki needs to watch out. Captain Biggest is actually out of mana. But now, Scrambles interrupted in the middle of the dash. But the Gods of Herald and the Bad Barons could potentially fight over this dragon.
Yeah, but having Duvranga super low means that he's going to have to back up while the blue side goes ahead and try to take down this dragon. They can go ahead and get this started, seeing that they have an advantage in this fight. Kevin is using his TP in order to get back in, and Naira is taking a lot of damage from Seablevs right now.
Taco Trineki does slay the dragon before he goes down to Captain Biggest, who is here. Oath now chasing down Derisive Ox and Seablevs, duking it out. Oath going to get knocked up by Zac, who comes in. The ultimate comes out. The Primordial Burst is not going to finish it off. Derisive Oxen running now. Does get slowed, but Glitter and Gains is full health, however, now stunned. Knocked up. Captain Biggest is going to run away, gets the kill. It is, what is that, a 3 for nothing? And the Gods of Herald do walk away with the dragon, though.
Yeah, it means that we will see a Mountain Rift, so we're going to see some really tanky boys this game. Saying that it's like 3 people total in this game right now has built the... Oh...
The On the Hunt is going to get the kill, the shutdown. Now Scrambles is going to get his passive popped. Also, he flashes, but Nyrock does, however, go down. Seablevs with the kill there.
Yeah, Scrambles probably looking to try to get a Let's Bounce off onto Nyrock, but Nyrock was pretty deep in there, so he was pretty much caught out regardless if he would flash or not. So a little bit of misplay there, but it's fine. His team managed to pick up the kill. And right now, not too many objectives to be taken on the map, and it doesn't look like the Gods of Herald is aiming to, the Gods of Herald isn't aiming to try to take advantage of anywhere so far.
So now it's only about a 600 gold lead after those poor team fights by the Gods of Herald. While they do pick up some of those intangible objectives like the dragons, they are going to fall behind, or they are going to close the gap in terms of the actual gold lead.
Yeah, closing out the gap is pretty nicely, but considering that the score is still 4-10, that's because of how much a CS difference is discrepant right now. But we'll see. But regardless of CS score or kills, we'll have to see if either team is able to pull out a actual tangible lead from this other than just items, if they can get objectives, towers, or really good team fights off.
Oh, but Taco Trineki is forced to use the ultimate. The shutdown comes out on Duvranga, and a second kill onto the support. However, Taco Trineki will go down thanks to the Primordial Burst. Let's bounce! Scrambles is in the middle of the fight. Derisive Oxen is going to get the double knock-up. Oath takes some damage, but Derisive Oxen now on the run. Seablevs is here. He has used the Unstoppable. The charge in. But it's a 2-for-1 in favor of the Bad Barons.
The Unstoppable Onslaught, I believe, is not going to be able to connect with anyone, but he's here in order to stop any sieging down on the mid lane right now.
So now the turret is ripe for the taking. It's just under half health here, and with minions pushing in, the Gods of Herald are going to back off because Captain Biggest just has a little bit too much wave clear.
Yeah, but they should be looking for this second Rift Herald. Being the Gods of Herald, picking up the second Rift Herald means that they'll be able to push out a lane very excellently, and perhaps a little bit better than how the Bad Barons managed to use their Rift Herald earlier.
The way that the Bad Barons managed to use their Rift Herald earlier, as you said, was suboptimal. It did not even get the charge off because the Gods of Herald rotated in order to stop it. But now the Vision being zoning. Oh, wow. Vision being zoned away, but Zintheros is going to take a lot of damage. Stun comes out onto two members, but the flash over the wall by Taco Trineki means that he's going to jump onto Duvranga. Can he find something? Going to get some more auto attacks off, but not going to get knocked up by scrambles. The Solar Flare comes out, going to stun one. Captain Biggest goes low. Captain Biggest goes down. Nyrock with the kill. That's going to be Taco Trineki falling as well. Derisive Oxen takes the kill onto Duvranga, and now Zintheros is fighting off this Poppy, but he's losing this battle. Derisive Oxen trying to move forward. He has the ultimate available. He does not get it. He gets killed under the turret.
Living with barely any HP right there. Well played by Zintheros, leading the Poppy all the way to the tower, so then you can use the tower in order to fill in for some of the damage that you lack.
Ends up being a 2-for-2 in the long run, but the Gods of Herald do get pressure on this Herald. They are going to take her down.
Yeah, but they do not have vision of the little ward in there just because of the placement of the control ward is a little off, so the ward right there is in the blind side of it.
They're going to get Seablevs very low. Has to use the Unstoppable Onslaught to get away. He doesn't die, but he burns a big cooldown.
Yeah, a very strong cooldown too, considering that he can come charging in and rotating from anywhere, but having his TP available could make up for the fact that it is down right now.
And now the Rift Herald has been dropped on the top side of the map. Looks like Oath is going to try and solo take this tower. So his team needs to zone away the Bad Barons from this dragon.
Seeing that Oath does not have the TP, opting for the cleanse means that he will not be able to rotate in order for this dragon fight. While on the opposite side, we saw that Seablevs uses DP to TP to the bot side, and he's there for the dragon if a fight happens, and then he can go ahead and just rotate to the side.
The dragon is going to be taken away by Scrambles, who goes very low but doesn't go down. They take down Taco Trineki as well. Glittering Grains on the run from Zintheros, and now it looks like Derisive Oxen will be losing his life. He has to flash, or he has to heal. Gets the heal from Nyrock, and however, the inhibitor turret is going to go down because no one has stopped Oath. Glittering Gains will die, but Oath has solo taken 3 turrets here. Now, Derisive Oxen flashes away. Oath is trying to 1v1 Scrambles here, but he's low on mana. Scrambles, however, low on health. The flash away by the Zac. He does knock up Oath for the shutdown, and this is going to be a turret traded in the bot lane.
But having that inhib tower down means that you're always vulnerable to having minions constantly pushing towards you, since you don't have minions or a tower to reset the lane per se. So you're always going to have to send someone in order to respond to these minions. They're not super minions, so it's not going to be as constantly pushing as normal, but it is going to be pushing nonetheless.
And it looks like the Gods of Herald are just patting themselves on the back after that one. They did end up losing that fight in the Dragon Pit and losing the dragon itself, but they only gave up the first dragon for the Bad Barons. Meanwhile, they got 3 turrets with that Rift Herald.
Yeah, they're doing a pretty excellent job at taking advantage. Since a lot of these team fights haven't gone their way, they're looking to try to take advantages elsewhere, sending Oath up to the top lane to push out these waves, considering how much damage that Orianna's auto attacks can actually do. Plus, having the Rift Herald up there means that pushing super is an easy task, grabbing all the way to the inhibitor tower, as we just saw. So, well played by the Gods of Herald right there.
Gods of Herald now 1,000 gold in the lead. They are still at a half of the kills is the deficit, 16 to 8, but they are still 1,000 gold in the lead thanks to that dragon, or the turret control, and of course the CS leads that are only getting bigger. Oath now 60 CS ahead of Captain Biggest, and Nyrock is 40 ahead of Duvranga. But Oath, he's not in a very good place here.
Not in a good place indeed, seeing that there's 4 people up here at the top side. meaning that we have pretty safe pushing done by in the mid side. TP coming out from Cam Biggest, and looks like Zintheros is going to go down.
Ooh, Taco Trineki, what are you doing? Oh, but the Unstoppable Onslaught is going to come through, gets the knockup onto Glitter and Gains. Taco Trineki is going to run away, but Glitter and Gains is already dead. Taco Trineki flashed on by Biggest, and the double kill for Duvranga. Now, Derisive Oxen is going to follow shortly if they can get one more auto attack, but they can't. Nyrock, though, has to hold this all by his onesie.
Yeah, Sivir's pretty good at clearing out these waves, but not as good as a Veigar is, and especially with the poke that can come out from Duvranga and the pressure that Scrambles has as the Zac. Using the Elastic Slingshot means that Nyrock can't push up too far.
So now, it is a 10-kill deficit here for the Gods of Herald, but again, they're still in the lead, but only just this time. 600 gold is the difference. Now it's down to 500. But the Baron is on the map. It's 24 minutes, and either of these teams could look to try and force it.
Yeah, both teams could look to try to grab it. Oath going ahead and walking into tower, just picking up that, so they have a little bit extra pressure around this Baron side of the map, considering that there's no outer tower for the Bad Barons in order to run to, as well as no top towers at all in order to run to as well.
We are going to see the dragon coming up in 40 seconds here. It's the second Mountain Drake here. Could potentially be the second Mountain Drake for the Bad Barons. Or we could get it to Soul Point for the Gods of Herald. Some damage coming out on Captain Biggest. He is going to go to about half health. Scrambles, takes that Scuttle Crab. Now, 20 seconds on the dragon, and Gods of Herald have taken control of the pit. But the vision is there with the Scuttle Crab, and the Blast Cone has been wasted.
Yeah, and having Caitlyn on your team means you'll be able to zone out that area pretty effectively, so that none of the Gods of Herald can push for a fight, while they can go ahead and push for a fight right now.
Now the ultimate comes through, but Zintheros is in the back line of the team fight. Oath is running away from Duvranga, who is channeling the ultimate, but he is going to get intercepted by Taco Trineki. Now Seablev's going low, going down. He is in zombie form, and Taco Trineki, he is going to lose his life, but he did take down Captain Biggest while he was out there. Oath now chasing. He finds Duvranga, but he also finds Zintheros. It's the kill by Nyrock. It's a 3-for-1. And with Scrambles forced away, it looks like Gods of Herald will bring this to Soul Point.
So yeah, especially with seeing how strong Sivir is, means that they'll be able to DPS down this dragon really easily, and bring it to Soul Point, as you just said. So we'll see if the Bad Barons is able to pick it up, maybe grab a couple good team fights and then translate that into objectives. As for the Gods of Herald, who are doing an excellent job of just grabbing these objectives, even if they don't have the kills to back it up, they know when they can grab these objectives pretty safely, pretty without harm.
Taco Trineki was probably the hero of that fight for me, because he flashed onto Duvranga. Like, he jumped right on top of him, intercepted the ace in the hole, and then just, you know, kind of zoned away Captain Biggest and Duvranga, which are the main damage threats of the Bad Barons here.
Yeah, being able to zone out the Caitlyn and the Veigar is definitely a really strong move that you want to put out. Seeing that your carries can beat their carries, but with the front line that the Bad Barons have, and doing an excellent job at frontlining, as if someone can get on top of these backliners, you can go ahead and just melt down the front line, and then Oath and Nyrock can go ahead and move on to Duvranga and Captain Biggest. We saw right there how they just sold out Zintheros, but right now, speaking of soloing out,
Oh, Derisive Oxen does actually have to flash away. Taco Trineki also uses the Ragnarok. The stun comes out onto Glitter and Gains, but that's the Unstoppable Onslaught now, knocking up the Jan. The Scrambles is in the backline, but Oath gets a two-man onto Duvranga and Captain Biggest. They're going to find Oath, but Captain Biggest goes down in return. Derisive Oxen wastes his ultimate, but now Seablevs is going to go down. Taco Trineki intercepts another ace in the hole. Seablevs chasing down Derisive Oxen, but it's a 3-for-1 again.
And having already at the Baron, they can go ahead and start doing this, considering how much DPS that the Olaf and the Sivir can do. So they can go ahead and take this without harm, seeing that Scrambles is in the top side clearing out a wave, so they're pretty safe in order to go ahead for this pick. Scrambles is going to be here for the Smite Steel, having that available. He could go for the Elastic Slingshot drive-by, but he might just go directly into... Ooh.
He gets knocked up by Glitter and Gains, intercepted with the Hurricane. That's a great move there by Janna.
Well played by Janna, indeed, securing the Baron for her team. By doing that means that he has no way to get in, considering that he doesn't have Flash, and the Blast Plant was already previously destroyed. So, well played there.
So now it's a 6-kill deficit here for the Gods of Herald, but they are 5,000 gold ahead. They have Soul Point as well, 2 minutes and 15 seconds on that one. And they have to look at what they can do with this Baron buff.
Yeah, seeing that all of the teammates are healthy now, so they can go ahead and look for a push. Right now, we have Oath in the jungle, potentially looking for a 1-3-1 with Taco Trineki just backing, so he's going to be in that lane so they can get the most out of the most out of these Baron buffs, so they can spread the Baron buff influence to 3 different lanes rather than having it only on one, where it doesn't matter how many people you have in the lane, as long as one person has the buff, it's going to buff the minions.
I do have to think that the 4-1 should be better than the 1-3-1, just because Derisive Oxen has nowhere to push. He just goes into an inhibitor. Like, that's the best he can do. Go all the way into the base and expose himself.
It is true, and having another frontliner in order to protect Oath and Nyrok would definitely be beneficial, and maybe they could even do a 3-2 where they have Glitter and Gains back up Taco Trineki, or just have Derisive Oxen on his own, considering that he has to TP. But right now, Oath is getting caught out.
Yeah, he has to use the Zanya's Hourglass. Captain Biggest, though, flashes away. Oath lives. Taco Trineki picks up the kill, and Scrambles has to run. It's a really good pick there for Gods of Herald, when it didn't look so hot for them at the beginning.
Yeah, these are just really good macro plays. Seablevs is getting knocked all the way around. But now it looks like Derisive Oxen could potentially get caught out here, getting hit by the Solar Flare on the outside.
He will get caught out, but he does get Duvranga very low. Meanwhile, Scrambles goes down to the Gods of Herald, so it's another 2-3 turrets taken by the Gods of Herald. They're going to push it 8-1 is now the turret lead.
Yeah, and considering how late it is in the game, grabbing an inhibitor is not a bad call here either, considering that you no longer have to worry about how they have constant minions pushing into them, so then that's more CS for them. But seeing that it's later parts in the game, it doesn't matter too much, considering that the dragon is up and they're going ahead and picking up that dragon soul, while the rest of the team,
Ooh, that was a
going to be just scare after another for Oath right there. Heart attack from the Primordial Burst, and then a heart attack from seeing a giant Goliath of Scion coming out and missing the decimating smash.
And and I want to find a way to like compliment Oath for that one, but that literally had nothing to do with him. It was just a slightest miscalculation from Captain Biggest, and then Seablevs flashing forward and as you said, missing the decimating smash. But now the Dragon Soul, Mountain Soul is going over to the Gods of Herald. They've got that built-in shield now, so let's see what they can do with that as Baron comes up in 2 minutes.
Yeah, having this additional asset for these team fights could probably be the difference in order to close out these kill leads. We have seen the Bad Barons do an excellent job with these team fights, but recently we've seen the Gods of Herald pulling it back together, seeing that they have generated a lead for themselves, not based on kills, but based on all these objectives, and then translating those objectives into kills, which is a little bit backwards if you think about it. But they're definitely doing an excellent job at playing this objective game.
22-17 is the kill count, but again, as has been the motif of the entire game, The Gods of Herald are still ahead in gold despite being down in kills. They've got 8 turrets to 1. They've got large CS leads. And that is going to be Oath, possibly picked, but is going to use the Zanya's Hourglass. Captain Biggest now comes in, but he uses the ultimate on the wrong person. Seablevs is here. He's got the Goliath Gargoyle Stoneplate. Glittering Gains takes a lot of damage, but still gets out. Seablevs going to go down now. Scrambles on the run. The flash forward by Derisive Ox, and Zintheros is going to get flashed on, knocked up, and killed. Now Derisive Ox move forward onto Duvranga, is going to pick up the kill there and lives. It's a clean ace for the Gods of Herald. They are going to be dead even in kills as they try and end out this game, and I think everyone knows that it's going to happen. Even Captain Biggest has admitted that his team cannot win at this point.
Yeah, these long respawn timers is definitely going to spell out the end, considering that it's a full team wipe for in favor of Gods of Herald, meaning that this game is over right now. Looks like they're trying to do a little, maybe pick up a kill on Captain Biggest at the end, but they're just going to go ahead and kill the inhibitor, pick up the win. Well played by the Gods of Herald, and once again, pulling out a win against the Bad Baron.
And we did see, it was kind of a mismatch in styles here of the two teams. Gods of Herald were very focused on objectives and CS and turrets. Meanwhile, the Bad Barons were going for kills, and it just looked like Gods of Herald were a little better at playing their style.
Yeah, I mean, League of Legends kills do matter in terms of team fighting, but that only matters if you can translate those kills into objectives, into turrets, or into dragons, barons, or heralds. But unfortunately, the Bad Barons did not exactly have the best barons. Yeah.
They did lose both Barons, I believe. Or was it just the one?
I believe it was just one Baron this game.
Alright, so the Gods of Herald are going to move to 4 and 2, while the Bad Barons fall to 2 and 3, and the Gods of Herald lock that 2-0 head-to-head over their opponents in 4th place. So that is it for that game, and now the battle for first is coming up next. GSM versus Return of the Middle Sticks. Return of the Middle Sticks trying to tie it up 1-1 in the head-to-head, so don't go anywhere because this is a match that you don't want to miss. We'll be right back.
See ya.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back. We are here with our third and final game of the evening. It is GSM versus Return of the Middlesticks.
Yeah. Pretty strong head runner or forerunners for these first place. And right now we're going to be doing introductions. I'll introduce the blue side. We have Goga Slammers Armageddon with El Zacco in the top side playing Mundo. Panther playing the Sejuani in the jungle. GSM Levi's playing Diana in the mid lane. And Naked Beekeeper and Silver Spade playing the Sivir and Zyra in the bot lane.
Meanwhile, on the red side, looking for the invade right now, we've got the return of the Middlesticks. Papatito in the top lane on Set, a Jelly Roll in the jungle on Echo. Jabroni's in the mid lane playing Irelia, and our bot lane Karista and Gid Shadeslayer on Ashe and Morgana. So
Yeah, and it's pretty interesting to see if Return of the Middlesticks are able to redeem themselves and tie themselves up for the first place slot. GSM previously winning out against the Return of the Middlesticks in the first round robin, but this is their chance to bring it all back.
And I do think that Return of the Middlesticks is basically the only team that can really go toe-to-toe with GSM. So I think it's kind of now or never if you want to stop the undefeated season from GSM.
Definitely so, considering how well coordinated GSM is right now. But not to say that the Return of the Middlesticks is not well coordinated themselves either. And right now for the early game, we're not going to see too much other than that early invade coming out. We do have a Jelly Roll playing Echo, so we might be able to see some early ganks coming out with that parallel convergence. But having the Sejuani generally means that you're not going to be seeing too many ganks other than the charge, the Arctic Charge, I believe it's called on Verticue.
Arctic Assault, I think, but yeah, Panther on Sejuani has the potential for early ganks, especially with the two melee solo lanes. But his strength will definitely be later in the game, running interference for his carries.
Definitely with that Glacial Prison as well, getting pretty good picks out, and then El Zacco playing the Mundo always scales really well. I'm not sure how the Mundo works against the Set top lane matchup, considering that most of the Mundos I've seen were jungles so far.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm a fan of Mundo top, but I would imagine that Set should win that, especially in the later game, because Mundo is like one huge target to use your showstopper on.
Yeah, definitely so. Probably works similar to the Ornn matchup, other than Ornn has a lot of percentage damage as opposed to Mundo, who only has levers that's current health damage.
The cleavers should be fairly good for Mundo here in this matchup, but I think in the long run, Papatito will end up being the more effective member of his team.
Definitely so. The extra magic resist that Mundo gets from his, I believe it's Masochism, the one that sets himself on fire. It could be saved.
I think it's
Burning Agony.
Burning Agony is his W, yeah.
Yes, so the bonus magic resist that he gets from that is going to be useful against a Jelly Roll and get Shade Slayer. But other than that, it's not too useful other than being able to run people down as Mundo does.
It's definitely not useful in lane, which is where I think Mundo wants to kind of build his advantage, because otherwise you've kind of given up that early game.
I have seen some talk that they were thinking about maybe reworking Mundo along with some other champions to vote on for this year once that comes out. And we're seeing a little bit of gank.
Now that we finally killed the Fiddlesticks meme and Volibear is getting reworked too, I mean, what do we do next? Mundo or
I believe Shyvana is getting reworked because that was the highest picked in China. And then from the list, I thought I saw Kog'Maw, Nocturne. I'm all for a Kog'Maw rework right now because he's not the living artillery as he used to be.
Yeah, I miss the living artillery AP Kog'Maw. Whew, that was fun.
Yeah,
I also I think Udyr, good candidate for rework.
Yeah, but they did do some changes to him. He works pretty thematically, but there is a lot of modernizing you could do with his kit. There
Yeah, I
is to
think it's
say.
just updating him from man who runs fast at you and stat checks you.
Yeah, definitely so. But it is definitely fun to see like Trituji seem to pull out the God Deer coming out.
Yo, open the gates, baby. Yo, stop the ports. But Papatito does pick up a lot of CS here in the top lane, even though he is down a significant amount of CS. He is going to get a little bit of that back under the turret here.
Yeah, Mundo having a little bit of advantage picking up some of the CS, considering he has the cleaver in order to help him out, while Papatito has to rely on his knuckle down, which resets his fist order, or just using the second fist coming out.
But now Papatito does get a lot of damage off onto El Zacco and is going to force the sadism.
Yep, Sadism coming out. We see a gank coming out from Panther, looking to jump onto Jabronis, but not being able to pull it out completely. Not being level 6 means that he won't be able to use the Glacial Prism either to pull out the gank as well.
But now Levi's is going to go in onto Jabronis. Jabronis is going to take the fight to him. The Moonfall comes out, and now Levi's under the turret. Jabronis goes down, but Levi's does lose his life in return. It's a 1-for-1, but the first blood goes over to the Diana.
Yeah, potentially this is beneficial for Diana, considering the minions are already under tower. So this is going to end up as a reset for the mid lane. Sorry.
Not to mention, Jabronis also already used his teleport, so they both are walking back to lane.
So both sides are not going to be able to miss out minions, but the GSM Levi's is be able to push out a little bit of that lead because there already were minions underneath that tower, and Panthers is going to pick up that dragon as well, taking advantage of there's no mid laner to meddle in their what they want to do.
So the Mountain is the second one up. That is going to mean Cloud or Infernal Rift. Cloud's a really interesting one, I think, for both teams. Infernal, a little more cut and dry, but now GSM Levi's is going to get ganked. Panther comes over the wall. Jabronis, he's taking turret shots. That's the second turret shot. He's going to be stunned. Panther flashes away, but Jelly Roll, nice, clean kill.
Very clean indeed. We still have Jabronis in the mid lane, taking advantage of those corrupting cuts to get back up low and potentially looking to bait out GSM Levi's for it to go in a little deep, but not going to pull out anything from there.
Levi's a clever cookie. He knows. He knows not to do that.
Yeah, and we're going to be able to see another double Bombi Cinder game. This is still the patch where Bombi Cinder is pretty strong for these tanks, but not to say that these melee champions are not strong as well, considering they did buff a couple things on some bruisers, where specifically, I believe this is where Bork is changed to do a little extra damage. I wouldn't imagine these champions would build Bork, but melee champions do extra damage to towers as well. So still a lot to say for these champions that don't necessarily need to use Bombi Cinder.
I think maybe Papatito could consider building Blade of the Ruined King. There's a lot of health to burn through on the side of GSM that maybe the current health physical damage passive could be useful, especially since he doesn't want to build a Black Cleaver after he already builds a Trinity Force, since that's a redundant Phage passive.
And that would lose out on some of the gold efficiency that you get from each of those items. So they definitely are open to other options other than picking up one or the other.
So Papatito is going to fight El Zacco again. The Haymaker does find the center on top of that Mundo, but it looks like the Rift Herald is going to go down in favor of GSM.
With all this pressure that Levi's and El Zacco can put onto their laners, this gives a lot of avenue for Panther to pick up these objectives. And picking this Rift Herald can mean a lot. Definitely means that they could push out really strongly against the other laners.
let's see. His Return to the Middle Six is going to use the ultimate. Gets the Enchanted Crystal Arrow. The flash forward by Gid Shadeslayer, and now Jabronis is here in the bot side, has wasted his TP, and they have not found anything.
Yeah, they were looking for a little bit too early for an engage to do that TP in order to get a kill out of it. We saw that a Jelly Roll was also rotating his way down there, but unfortunately not going to find a kill.
So again, teleport used by Jabronis finds nothing. Now, that is going to be Jelly Roll engaged on. Jabronis uses the ultimate, but he's stunned up. Now taken down by Panther, who picks up his first kill of the game. It is now a 2-2 kill lead and a gold lead for GSM.
Yeah, GSM is doing an excellent job. Even though they're even on kills, the objective difference is definitely going to add up, especially with having that Rift Herald not dropped down yet. Looking for a good place to drop that down to get full advantage of the charge, potentially a second charge.
I'm surprised that they didn't put it down in the mid lane after killing Jabronis. I think Panther dropping that down and, you know, taking out some turret plates with Levi's, I think that would have done a fair amount of good.
It could, especially with Diana building the Rod of Ages, a very good item, but a little bit gold inefficient, so getting a little bit pulling back in lead. But right now, Zako is going to get ganked on by a Jelly Roll, but not finding anything there. But yeah, as I was saying, you know, getting that gold would definitely help out in the gold inefficiency that Rod initially brings, so then your lead is pushed even further beyond.
This is to push leads even further beyond. But now the dragon coming up in 5 seconds, and Panther is already there and calling his teammates to come help him. But the gank in the top lane, Papatito is up here with the Jelly Roll. Elzaco going to go low. He uses the ultimate, but that's not going to be enough. The Showstopper pulled in, and Papatito with the kill.
And even since the jungler was in the top side, it means that Panthers is going to be able to pick up this dragon with no problems at all, no fear of a smite steal. And although losing the life of his top lane, oh!
Levi's goes deep, and that's going to be Karista going down as well. A double kill for Panther, and the Rift Herald is going to shove in and probably take this first turret of the game for GSM.
Yeah. Initially, they grabbing that dragon was a pretty good trade for their top laners' lives, considering how far away the jungler was. Means that you don't have to really fear too much of a smite steal. But going for that turret dive along with the Rift Herald definitely puts the favor in towards GSM right there, putting them at 2 dragons and 1,000 gold lead and a lot of gold onto their ADC right now, seeing that he has 20 CS up against his laner, as well as picking up those turret platings.
That is first turret of the game taken down for GSM. They're at a 2,000 gold lead here, and they have first turret of the game. They're actually even in plates. Oh, well, spoke too soon. I was going to say they were even in plates because they hadn't taken one yet. But now, Jabronis is here. Elzaco is not going to get stunned, but he does get pulled back by the Facebreaker. He's slowed now, disarmed. Haymaker comes through, doesn't do that much damage. Can Jabronis finish this off? The flash forward, and Papatito will find the kill.
Yeah, pretty unfortunate that Elzaco will go down right there, but being a Mundo means that in the later parts of the game, he's still going to be really strong, still be able to do this, be able to annoy his teammates in these team fights.
Gid Shadeslayer is potentially caught here. Damage coming out by Panther. Karista has had to flash. There is no turret to run back to. Gid Shadeslayer is going to go down to the Naked Beekeeper.
Yeah, Panther's not using the permafrost or whatever the E is called in order to stun Gid Shadeslayer, since it does a little bit of damage. It means that Naked Beekeeper will be able to pick up that kill for himself and put him a little bit at more of an advantage.
Naked Beekeeper did, however, have to flash for that one in order to secure it onto Gid Shadeslayer, but still, they have the kill lead now, and with 2.2k gold lead.
Yeah, we have the Herald coming up soon. Both teams, or GSM is looking to get a pick on the bot side, while the Return of the Militants already there at the top side for the Rift Herald.
They are waiting over the wall. Jabronis has to flash away, but Naked Beekeeper is on the hunt. Will they be able to find him? I believe they will. Naked Beekeeper, second kill of the game.
Yep, and a Jelly Roll using that information that the jungler's bot side means that he's going to go ahead and try to pick up another kill on Elzago before going ahead and starting the Rift Herald.
And that is Papatito with 3 kills in this game. Return of the Middle Sticks. They are finding answers here on this map, trading across the map, but they are losing overall just because GSM is so much better at finding full leads and full wins here on the bot side.
Definitely so. And seeing that they did not opt in to take the... Ooh! Moonfall coming out and Ignite finishing off Get Shade Slayer right there. But unfortunately, with they're looking to collapse onto GSM right now.
Teleport play here by Papatito and Jabronis. Papatito is going to pull back Naked Beekeeper. Now Selfish Bait is going to get taken down by a Jelly Roll. Beekeeper finally goes down. The shutdown goes over to Jabronis. And it's a great pickup of 2 by Return of the Middle Sticks.
Yeah, considering that Dragon is spawning up in 50 seconds, means that the bot lane will be a little bit late in order to walk over there, while the Return of the Middle Sticks have already control of the area. Killing this support means that there will be a lack of vision control around the Dragon area. So definitely good pickups right there, although it is in exchange of taking that Rift Herald that I was talking about earlier, but still really good pickups right here.
And now Return of the Middle Sticks are going to find their second turret of the game here just before the second dragon, or third dragon rather, spawns. It's a 1,500 gold lead for GSM, but Return of the Middle Sticks has pulled that back a considerable amount.
Yep, and we do see GSM here. They are here and slowly taking control of that dragon area. We have the top laner still up there with Get Shade Slayer, and his TP is not available for this fight, so it's just going to be a 4v4. We're coming out right now.
Ultimate misses by Panther, and now Papatito is in the middle of the fight. They are going to get Levi's a lot of damage onto him, but the Moonfall comes out. It's going to get Karista so low. The shutdown comes out onto Papatito. That is Levi's going down, but oh, the snipe! Karista goes down, and Jelly Roll and Panther still both here, both with Smite. But it looks like Return of the Middle Sticks is going to seed this dragon.
Yeah, considering how they lost their ADC as well as their top laner, they don't have exactly the best way to start and engage to try to steal out this dragon. And the third dragon dropping for GSM right here, definitely well played by them right now.
Very well played by GSM. They have got that 2k gold lead back. And now on Soul Point, potentially final dragon, will be spawning in 4.5 minutes. But the Rift Herald is available for another 1.5 minutes. So let's see what the teams do in terms of topside objective control.
Yeah, we have Elzago there already present to, if they want to go ahead and look for this Rift Herald, and junglers there as well, but a Jelly Roll just backed, so he won't be there for a fight. He will be a little late though, if they want to opt in for that, but it looks like both teams are just kind of dancing around the area.
Papatito gets some good damage off onto Zacho. A potential solo kill here in the top lane could mean big things for Return of the Middle Sticks. And now Levi's is going to be engaged on, but that is Panther jumping away. Now Levi's has the Moonfall, jumps in onto Karista, who flashes away, jumps back on. Karista going low. Levi's gonna get the kill before he dies. And that pick turns into a trade. And I think Return of the Middle Sticks actually suffers for that one, because Jelly Roll now going to get engaged on by Panther. He's stunned, he's killed. Pick on the jungler.
Unable to use that Chrono Break right there with the CC chain. So unfortunate, means that this Rift Herald potentially could go down, but I don't believe so, seeing that it does these. Oh, actually, I'm about to eat my words right here. they are able to pick up the Rift Herald, considering it would despawn at like 1955, I believe,
Uh,
if it's in combat.
yeah, I think it's despawns at 1955 if it's in combat. So now
So
20 minutes here, and El Zacco has a Rift Herald in his pocket. Let's see if he's going to use that to get this turret, or if Jabronis is going to stop him first.
looks like uh, they do have vision of Jabronis in that tri-bush area, so he's gonna go ahead and back off, use that empowered recall, and look for another area so that he can drop down the Rift Herald and create pressure. We do have the Baron up now, means that both teams wants to try to get some early vision control of that area to make sure the other team doesn't start. Go ahead and do it, but we do have, but having that Rift Herald is definitely a bonus for the side of GSM, meaning they can create pressure whenever they need it.
Just like you said, creating pressure wherever they need it. El Zacco split pushing in the top lane. He has his teleport and is the only member on the entire map to do so. But that does mean Return of the Middle Sticks is 5-man pushing here in the mid lane. Levi's moves forward, is going to get stunned actually. Double stunned. They're locking him down. Levi's cannot even ult.
But seeing that there's 5-man down in that river, Elzaka is going to go ahead and take that top tower and dropping the Rift Herald to solo push out while he goes ahead and rotates down to the mid area.
Papatito is going to go up to match Zacco and try and stop this Rift Herald before it can get a push. Now, Karista, he's going to be get engaged on. Panther moves forward. Gid Shadeslayer runs forward, but oh, he does have a stopwatch. He hasn't used it. He goes down. Beekeeper to follow. Silver Spade now going very low, but he's not dead yet. It's a 1-for-1 here support for ADC, and Return of the Middle Sticks comes out ahead.
Yeah, trading in a support for an ADC is definitely huge right here, considering that that's a lot of their weight they're down, and you still having your ADC means that you can go ahead and push out this tower. But El Zacco will come in for a flank.
El Zacco, he's running down Karista, and that's going to be the kill by the Mundo. Papatito now teleporting in. He has the showstopper. El Zacco gets pulled back. Jabronis has to flash over the wall. Now, Papatito is alone. He flashes the wall as well. El Zacco is chasing. If he hits someone with a cleaver, this could mean the end for them, but it's not. However, the Dragon up in 30 seconds, and GSM has won this map in a masterclass stroke.
Yes, considering that the support is still there, having control wards at the ready to drop down in order to get this early vision control, as well as still having wards in from their support items, definitely great benefits for them taking control of this early on before the dragon spawns. If a fight happens, they'll know exactly who's around.
Levi's is now stunned, but Jabroni's so dead. And Return of the Middle Sticks can't even rush this dragon because Zacco is solo zoning.
And considering that Charisma, or yeah, the ADC for the Return of the Middle Sticks is further away, meaning that they won't be able to even try to DPS, considering that he's a lot of the DPS on the side of Return of the Middle Sticks.
Return of the Middle Sticks cannot let GSM take this. They're gonna need a steal from Jelly Roll. But with all of the vision denied, he's gonna have to go for Silver Spade instead. He has to ult away. He can't even get it. The soul goes down. That's gonna be Karista falling. Shadeslayer as well. Papatito for a third. Jelly Roll's the only one left.
Jabronis did just spawn, but having this Infernal Soul means that everyone does so much damage, especially this Mundo, who he has so much bonus health, and the Infernal Soul does damage based on bonus health as well. So all of these people on the side of GSM is just going to be hurting a lot.
Now they're gonna go in, they're gonna get Jabronis. They could try and push for the end here. The backs are staggered by so much. A Jelly Roll actually has to flash out, and he doesn't find anything. Levi's is here. They're 1v1ing. Shadeslayer is going to force the flash, but that's the inhibitor going down for nobody.
Yeah, and this early inhibitor could be considered bad, considering that it could be considered bad considering how early it is in the game, but having the Baron objective up means that they'll always have to send someone to push out this mid lane before responding if GSM wants to go ahead and go for this Baron.
They do have a 7,000 gold lead here. Their Sivir is strong. Panther as well has the Warmogs and Cinder Hulk for that extra synergy with the bonus health.
Yep. And right now we don't have any vision on the Baron, but we do see both sides are rotating around the area. Papatito not having TP available, but he is pushing out a side lane. Potentially a misplay if the GSM sees that he is pushing out a side lane. Elzaco has the TP to match up for any fight that comes up.
Now return to the middle sticks. They do have 4 members around, but the Baron vision control is solely in GSM's hands. And it looks like they are going to start it up. Levi's is trying to bait, but he does get spotted out by the hawk shot.
Yeah, and Papatito not having TP, meaning he's going to make the long walk all the way to the Baron pit, while Elzaco still has free reign to go ahead and push out these waves, especially with having this Infernal Dragon or Infernal Soul. He's going to push out these waves at a much faster speed too.
He is going to do that, certainly. And the inner turret there in the bot side, very low in terms of health. So now return to the middle sticks. Rotating back, they're going to lose that turret no matter what. But now they've committed 2 men there. And Papatito is going to have to match Elzaco.
Yep. Not having TP available still, so if a fight does happen, then they won't be able to respond.
GSM has started up the Baron. They're at about half health here. A Jelly Roll is over the wall waiting. Return of the middle sticks. Hanging out in the jungle. Hopefully they can find something. The ultimate is going to go wide. They actually do find Silver Spade, but it's in no place to find a pick. GSM lets the Baron reset.
Yeah, pretty unfortunate considering that they know that everyone's there. Glacial Prison did not find anyone but forcing out a flash from Shade Slayer, my bad. And then a little bit of fighting in the top bot side now. The top laners just duking it out.
But they are going to find a little bit onto a Jelly Roll. The inhib is already down, and Shade Slayer's aggressed on. Levi's moves forward, jumps onto him a second time. That is going to force Summoner spells out and Levi's to move away. However, that's 5 men of GSM going to take down this inhibitor, turret, and I believe subsequently the inhibitor.
Yeah, the GSM opting in not to do the Baron, but instead just run it down in the lanes, considering how strong they are. Huge Moonfall coming out.
It's the last-ditched effort here, and I don't think Return to the Middle Six can finish it off. They've already lost 2 members, and that's a third. Jelly Roll is down. Levi's is the only member of GSM who's fallen. Jelly Roll's gone, and the triple kill. I believe this is the game. GSM pulls it out, a 2-0 over Return of the Middle Sticks, and they will continue their undefeated season.
Unfortunate for Return Middle Sticks, their second loss being to the same team, so they will not be able to fight for that first place spot anymore, but still, a second place does not sound bad at all.
Second place, although to some it may seem like first loser, second place automatically gets you a place in the semifinals. So Return to the Middle Sticks should be fairly happy with where they are, because GSM just looks so damn good.
Yes, and being in that top 4 spot means that they'll have a chance to perhaps go for round 3 against GSM.
So that's still a couple weeks off, but at the end of the week, the standings have not changed. Everyone won who was supposed to win, and now we've got a bunch of 2-0s for these head-to-heads. But I believe that is going to be it for us. Thank you for bearing with us. We're going to make a few more adjustments and try and work around the technical difficulties that we experienced earlier today.
Yeah, having the coronavirus going out around with that whole deal means that we're going to be trying to minimize contact with each other, doing a lot more of these Discord streams, and considering that we're on spring break right now, a lot of us are going to be at home, so we're going to be sounding different. Our setups are going to be a little different, but we're still going to be trying to provide the same good old content that we always have.
Thank you for watching, and we will be back tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. with the Shadow Isles Diamond Division stream. So make sure to tune in for that, and then Blessed Isles on Friday. So thank you everyone very much, and have a wonderful evening.
Bye-bye.